What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Rats back with another video. Today we're reacting to this famous live streamer stole 500K from his fans. Whew. I heard about this situation, so I'm gonna go ahead and react to it. Basically, they're saying this dude by the name of Ice Poseidon. I heard of him before, but I never really watched his streams. He was doing IRL streams before IRL streams took over Twitch. Like, he was doing IRL streams when Twitch was still strictly a gaming platform. So like, he paved the way for a lot of the IRL streamers we watch now. He always had a toxic chat though. My first and only experience ever watching this dude was when what's the guy, when he sent his chat to go troll this wave YouTuber by the name of Sir Cruz, and Sir Cruz got him on stream with him to confront him. That's the first and only time I ever really heard of Ice Poseidon. And even in that video, Ice Poseidon rubbed me the wrong way. So I never really went to go watch him. But apparently he just scammed his fans. So let's get right into it.
The famous live streamer Ice Poseidon just scammed his followers for up to $500,000. And I'm going to prove it.
Honestly, 500K is a lot of money. Do y'all call cap on that? Do y'all think that number is cap, or he actually scammed his fans? I believe like the number is probably over exaggerated a little bit, but let's see.
Personally profited $300,000.
How did he scam
by stealing money out of a crypto scheme that he set up? And when I confronted
but that's
Ice
the thing,
Poseidon,
like, anybody can set up a cryptocurrency right now. I feel like right now it's easy to scam people, but hopefully someday that market becomes a little more regulated. I'm not big into crypto at all. I don't know much about it, but I do know a lot of people.
You want to keep the money that's not yours, that you took from the project, even though you failed to deliver.
I mean, I'm not really sure what you want me to say, but yeah.
I'm trying to like get you to return the money because it's 100% still available, and you could do that.
Yeah, I could give the money back. It is within my power, but I'm gonna look out for myself and not do that. You know,
bro, usually a lot of YouTubers will go and deny it. Like, he had to know he's been recorded, so, and like, he had to know, because most people, yeah, I'm gonna pay y'all, pay them back, and don't do it. So I'm like, he had to know he's
like, know what else to say. That's just the most honest answer.
Now, these influencer scams are becoming more and more common, in part because of how easy they are to pull off. Ice Poseidon's scheme apparently took him only 2 weeks of work to set up, before he apparently got bored with the project and decided to stop working on it and just...
Okay, so he's saying that basically it was going to be a legit thing, but, you know, halfway through the process, he realized, I'm Ice Poseidon, they're going to buy it anyway. And he got lazy and stopped doing it. That's pretty messed up, bro.
Money. Like, seriously, how long did you work? I'm just curious.
Well, like you said, it was a fork, so, I don't know, a couple weeks.
Couple weeks, $300,000. That's... It's
300,000.
a nice chunk of change.
People don't make
now,
that.
I pleaded with Paul, or Ice Poseidon, to return the money that he stole, in part appealing to the guilt that he was taking money from his fans who were all much worse off than him. Ice Poseidon's response was that he didn't like how that made him sound.
I don't know if you're aware of the fact that your average fan has way less money than you. So you're just taking from poor people. Like, you understand that, right?
That is definitely not... That is not a good way to put it. That's a pretty shitty way to put it, my dude. It's
I mean, but it's true though. Like, you're
from the very
beginning, rich YouTuber with a bunch of money. Well, because he can't. Apparently, he's banned off Twitch from what I heard. But like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you're rich. You're still rich because what you like being on YouTube streaming still made you a bunch of money. So like, you realize like half these people are young impressionable audience, and they trust you. So like, they don't make nowhere near as much as you.
This story shocked me, but especially the twist at the end that I can't tell you about yet. But what I can tell you is that this is my most in-depth investigation yet into influencer greed, cryptocurrencies gone wrong, and the blockchain. Now, I know it's been a while, so let me remind you, this is the $10 Million Studio. I'm your host, CoffeeZilla, the Internet Detective, and well, it's good to be back. In order to understand what happened with Ice Poseidon, we have to rewind the clocks back. The story started when Ice Poseidon first got into crypto.
I invest in a lot of the like shit coin, like a lot of the you put money in and then you sell in like 20 minutes when it pumps.
Ice Poseidon first got into crypto.
I wish I got into that stuff like way back in the day. I heard somebody mention it before, but it was already too late. About Bitcoin. When Bitcoin first got popular, like people thought you was crazy for investing in that stuff back when that stuff first dropped. But now, if you invest in it way early, got lucky, you millionaire now. That's crazy.
Just buying a lot of meme coins. But like many influencers, he quickly realized gambling on another person's coin is a sucker's game. The fast, easy money is actually in getting other people to gamble on your coin. Now, this moment is important. It's the moment Ice Poseidon realized what a gold mine it could be to start his own scam.
You're telling me I could create a CX coin and then people could buy it because I could say that the community is super strong, and then I could sell it in 10 seconds and make $10 million. What the f am I doing?
Ice Poseidon would later say that the clip you just watched was a joke, and that the idea of him scamming his fans was just a bit he played up for the audience. But that core idea that he was missing out on a huge opportunity to make a ton of money was real, and it nagged at him. And pretty soon, he decided to start his own coin.
CX Coin is the one to choose. I'm the founder of CX Coin. My name's Paul Zanino, and I decided to make a community-driven token that I'm personally going to be a part of.
Now, almost immediately, this got a lot of attention. Obviously, given his past comments about sort of scamming people were understandably skeptical of this. And it came out right after Save the Kids, and you would have thought that myself and other people like Mudahar would have talked about this whole thing, but Ice Poseidon was working incredibly hard behind the scenes, which is something I need you guys to understand. He was contacting people like myself and pleading with us that he was just joking back then, and he was serious about this coin. He wasn't about to pull off a scam like Save the Kids. He was different.
That's
even mentioned in live streams
that's
that
the scam that those
kids.
FaZe dudes ran, and then Aiden and Rice Gum started that fake beef to like cover up for the situation, right? Because that's when Aiden was really around those FaZe guys heavy. That's that scam, right? Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if y'all make it this far in the video. But I believe so, right? Somebody will correct it, though.
Was going to make what he was about to do much harder.
I know about the FaZe coin, Steezy. That's why I'm trying my best to be as transparent as possible. I've been working on this for like a month now, and I wasn't going to let that drama stop me, but it definitely makes it a little bit more difficult.
Ice Poseidon repeatedly told skeptics that he couldn't rug this coin if he wanted to. He had locked all his money up in a smart contract. He told me that in DMs. He said, "Don't worry, no rug here. All the money is locked." Lol. And look, I have to admit, I was busy at the time with some other investigations, and I gave him the benefit of the doubt, something that I obviously regret now. But periodically, I would hear, complaints from his community that they thought something was off, but every time I'd go to Ice, he would immediately respond.
Ice just seemed like somebody.
He always gave me something that sort of sounded reasonable, and I later learned he was doing the same thing with everyone who said something negative about CX Coin. In fact, he got a Dextero article.
Fans are short for fanatics, and they'll do some crazy things behind you. So, like, from the outside looking in, as somebody who had a bad impression of him in the first place, he just seemed like somebody who's not trustworthy.
About CX Coin being a scam. I mean, I even asked him about this at the time, and he said this: Dextero article went up and then down. Did you see that? Yeah, I emailed Dex proof I wasn't scamming. So leaving that up, quoting a Twitter with 2 likes is a bit unfair to me. The point I'm trying to make is he was playing the PR game hard, telling everybody he was different. He even gave me his wallet addresses and told me to hold him accountable. He wasn't going to do anything shady. And everyone sort of felt like, okay, maybe he's doing something different. Maybe everything he's been saying
this ain't really nothing new.
Just a joke.
Dude, if I see $1 million, I'm selling. I don't give a f. I'm not gonna be like, I'll hold for you guys, bro. I see $1 million in my portfolio, I'm out.
Not gonna lie. That looks bad, but I'm gonna be really generous here and give Ice the benefit of the doubt. That clip probably was a joke, and it was probably made before he was actually thinking about making CX Coin into a real thing.
Now, as time moved on, I and many other people
he probably had that thought in the heat of the moment, but just
until January, when I decided to take a break for a little while. And while I was off, I couldn't help but feel that there was something else going on. I just had a hunch I had to look back. So with my free time, I joined the CX Coin Telegram and started tracing back the wallets that Ice Poseidon had given me so transparently. And pretty soon I found out that, well, he gave me the wrong crypto wallets. Whoops. He gave me the DX Sale wallet instead of his personal wallet, which didn't tell me anything. For example, one of those things he didn't tell me was the fact that he took out $200,000 from the liquidity pool at the very beginning, which is directly at odds with what Ice Poseidon told me himself when I asked. He said, don't worry, all the money is locked up, except for $200,000, I guess. But it also hid another story, which was the misappropriation of the so-called marketing wallet. Now, according to CX Coin's own white paper, the marketing wallet was to be used exclusively to, quote, fund marketing campaigns in the cryptocurrency market. But in the Telegram, there was another story going on. Ice Poseidon was complaining that he had spent money on an ad campaign and it just hadn't helped. Quote, we spent 53K on a BTOC and it hasn't really helped. The wallet is limited. He berated people who complained. You want me to spend 30K on stuff that doesn't help? Or you want me to think about the best ways to use marketing money? Exactly. You can't use the marketing money on, well, you know, marketing. Instead, the money seemed to go somewhere else. Shortly after this coin launched, Ice Poseidon bought himself a brand new Tesla. This video was published July 24th, and as he says, he bought it a week ago, putting it right around the time that he launched the coin and realized he had suddenly gotten a lot of money to his name. Wow. But I'm sure all that money is locked up, right? Apparently not. And here's the interesting thing. The longer things went on,
he used y'all CX money to buy a Tesla. And then it didn't spark any red flags.
Poseidon just sort of gotten more and more brazen with the way he used the money, right? At first, it was just sort of sitting around. Then he started sending it to cash out wallets. And eventually I calculated that there's roughly $250,000 missing from that marketing wallet. But that's not all. Ice Poseidon had tricked his followers at this point by getting them to buy into a vision of a long-term project. The whole idea was that this was going to be a donation platform for streamers and that it would take a while to build. He kept reiterating this again and again.
I mean, this is a long-term project. I'm trying to, we're making a donation platform, so I'm going to put that on my stream and this coin will just be around for the entirety of my streams.
He said this a lot in the Telegram too. You know this is long-term, right? Thanks, guys. I assume everyone is in it for the long haul. Anyone who invests in something should know this was a long-term project, so 1 week is not going to see results. Now, later, I would find out. But
that's the thing with most coins, though. Like,
Ice Poseidon
most coins ain't gonna be quick results anyway. So somebody would take that and believe it. Personally, like I don't know how long it takes for a coin to really go up. So I mean, that part do sound believable. So if he said that wouldn't spark a red flag. But
see, this is a long-term project. He actually gave up after 2 weeks. But I think I'm getting a little ahead of myself. The point is, Ice was getting brazen. He was increasingly intolerant of people who called him a scammer, saying they just hadn't done their research. He even brought my name into it, saying he had talked to CoffeeZilla, maybe implying that I had cleared him.
And I've talked to these people, CoffeeZilla. I've talked to these guys. I showed them the coin. I showed them everything. And, they're giving me the benefit of the doubt. So obviously they would call me out if it was a scam.
Now, I'm going to be honest, this really pissed me off. Ice Poseidon was using my name to try to imply that he was legit.
He was trying to use you as like, okay, CoffeeZilla vouched for me, so I can't be a scam. Like, he's an internet investigator, and he hadn't caught me out, so I can't be scamming. I'd feel kind of pressured too to like. That's when I'd kind of feel pressured to like investigate.
Legit, when in actuality, he had just fed me false information about his coin and begged me not to talk about it. But amazingly, the final piece of this puzzle wouldn't fall into place until a few days ago. As I said, Ice had been getting more and more bold, thinking, I guess, that he had gotten away with this. And on January 22nd, 2022, using his wallet that he didn't tell me about, he drained the liquidity pool, essentially killing his own coin and taking the money from his investors. To be specific, he drained about 90% of the funds, which is about $300,000. Now, for important context, liquidity pools are how you get money out of crypto, right? You can't just cash out a coin like CX coin, right? You can't buy groceries with it. Someone has to be willing to trade you that coin for something that, sort of has value. So Coins like this rely on something called liquidity pools, a big sort of pot of money. And what Ice Poseidon did, using the fact that he created this coin, he rug pulled 90% of that from his community, which meant that that's $300,000 that his investors
I don't see how
would
dudes
not be
like this could scam their community. The community that gave you a platform, you turned around and slapped them in the face like that. Like, I know you're not that pressed for money, bro. And then if you are, it's other ways you could have went about it, bro. Like, you didn't have to necessarily scam your fans.
able to get back out. And at this point, I simply had had enough. This was a scam. He had lied to me from the beginning, and he had lied to others about it, and I wanted to confront it, but I couldn't let him know that I knew anything. Otherwise, he wouldn't pick up the call. So I simply told him I wanted to chat, and to my surprise, he agreed. And so on the 26th of January, we had the call you're about to see. And mind you, I'm expecting him sort of to deny everything. Like, who would take credit for this? Well, Ice would, I guess.
It looks like the coin got rugged. You know anything about that?
I mean, yeah. I mean, not rugged, but I mean...
Well, someone pulled all the liquidity out. That's a rug, right?
That would be a rug, yes. But there is still liquidity in there.
40K got left and 300K got ripped out or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, that is exactly what happened.
Right. Are you laughing? I mean, is that funny?
Yeah, he's so nonchalant about it. That's
the
crazy part.
No.
You're hearing this right. He's admitting he took out 90% of the money, but that's not a rug pull, apparently. He had to do it after all. The crypto markets were crashing, and if he didn't take out the money, who would?
The crypto market is crashing, and the $300,000 is in there. There's two options, right? Leave the money in there, and then if BNB goes down to like $100, the money goes to shit anyways, or I could take it, and the money is not just going to dust.
The money would have never gone to dust. I mean, it just would go back to the investors when they sold out, when you told them, hey guys, I'm no longer interested in this project. I wipe my hands of it. You know, you got your 50K in, you got your 50K out, you're good, right? You didn't deliver. This is not your money. I can't believe you keep thinking of it as your money that's going away. That's your investors' money, and it should be their decision what they do with it.
Like, it's crazy how you trying to scam people but paint it as if, hey, it's my money. Nah, bro.
Okay, I mean, that's a fair point.
That's a fair point. Yet, despite all these fair points I kept making, every time Ice got cornered about the fact that he was basically stealing from his investors, he slowly pivoted his language from, oh, this isn't a rug pull, to more like, well, the investors deserved it. He said, they believed too much in his project and his word.
Am I hearing that correct? Ice did not say this. There's no way Ice would say something like this. Like, what?
He pivoted his language from, oh, this isn't a rug pull, to more like, well, the investors deserved it.
They deserved it for trusting in you. Yeah, I know, to me, from the outside looking in, he don't seem like a trustworthy guy from the beginning. Because, like I said, I had a bad, not really on my end an encounter, but a YouTuber that I really liked at the time had a bad encounter. So it's like, I don't like this Ice dude. That's the way I looked at it. But like, for you to be like, oh, you trust in me, you deserve to get scammed. That's a wild statement by somebody. You literally now see he literally don't care about his fans.
They believe too much in his project and his word.
They're like, part of the responsibility is on them as well for being, you know, like putting too much emotion into it.
Now look,
I will say part of it is on them, but only like 10% of it is on them. Cause like, if your favorite YouTuber comes up with this coin, yeah, we all gonna get rich together type, and you coming at them like that, who wouldn't want to take that opportunity, especially if it's by somebody you know and look up to.
I want to be clear. I agree that investing in any influencer is idiotic. But the logic here seems to be insane. They believed me, so it's okay. I scammed them. I asked Ice about this.
I don't know if you're trying to say they deserve it. You're saying they owe some responsibility.
They do owe responsibility,
but do they deserve to get ripped off?
Please tell me he said no.
No, I mean, nobody deserves that.
But
It's just
Yeah,
what happened, though.
like I said, sometimes you have to look out for yourself. I don't really know how else you want me to put it. I mean, you could say it in all these different ways to make it sound as horrible as possible. And you know what? I can agree with you on some of those things. I just don't like to put it in those specific ways because it makes it sound like that was the intention from the start, which it wasn't.
And there
I don't
it is,
believe that.
the
I believe
final
that was
refuge
the
of
intention.
every scam.
honestly-
I started with good intentions. I meant to do the right thing. But I kept reminding Ice Poseidon or Paul or whatever, like his excuses made no sense because it wasn't as if the money was gone. It wasn't as if it had vanished. He still had it and could return it at any point. He doesn't have to go
True.
down
That's a fair
as the
point, too.
scammer.
So I don't know why you're acting like it has to end with like you being the bad guy here. That's not what I'm trying to do at all. I'm trying to like get you to return the money because it's 100% still available and you could do that. So that's what I'm not understanding is I want to get to that point. I don't think we're going to get there.
If you want the answer, yeah, I could give the money back. It is within my power. But I'm going to look out for myself and not do that. I don't like know what else to say. That's just the most honest answer.
Now, I do believe he's being honest here.
I do
I
too.
believe this
'Cause
is
that's
the
not
most
nothing he
mask
need to lie
off
about.
anybody's ever been on my channel. Most of the time when you get these guys on the
Yeah,
phone,
they gonna lie
just
to
try
like,
to
"Yeah, I'ma
deflect and
pay back."
dodge. I don't think that's happening here. ICE is being 100% transparent, and I realized it was a unique opportunity to get the full story of how these scams work. ICE Poseidon proceeded to walk me through the details on exactly how long it takes to whip up an influencer scam like this and the profits you can expect from it.
Can you tell me how much money you made off this? I'll just call it a scam. I know you don't want to call it a scam, but it is a scam. So what did you make off this?
Well, I got 55%, and then 45% went to my developers. So I don't know, probably like 300,000.
Nice. What a good profit from doing. I mean, how long did you work on this project? Like seriously, how long did you work? I'm just curious.
Well, like you said, it was a fork, so I don't know, a couple weeks.
What do you plan to do with the money?
Invest into crypto, Ethereum mainly.
Well, there you have it. For 2 weeks of work, forking someone else's
That's
program,
crazy.
you can get $300,000, which annualized is a pay rate of $7.8 million per year if he would just scam every 2 weeks. It's not hard to see the appeal, obviously, but what blew my mind is that he hadn't gotten away with this. Like, he got caught red-handed, and somehow, I guess I was just expecting him to go, oh, well, okay, I guess I'll return the money now. But no, he just kept doubling down.
You are deciding to do the shitty thing. You know that, and you're still doubling down.
I am doubling down. Do you not agree, though? Some of the responsibility is on people
Yes,
who,
we
if you're
all
still
we
holding
all
something
say
that's
that.
inactive.
Some of the responsibility do go to them, but it's almost like he's saying, for trusting in me, you deserve to get scammed. That's the way. I know he's not literally saying that, but it comes off as that's what he's trying to
for
say.
months.
But he's not.
Like, sure,
gonna say
okay, maybe they, have faith in me, whatever. But that's not a good.
That's your fans, dude. That's your fans.
Exactly.
These are people who followed you since
They
they
look
were
up to you.
kids. They admire you. They look up to you. That's the people you're saying, well, that's their fault.
I honestly couldn't believe what he was saying here. Not that he didn't care. I'm kind of used to that. But he clearly expects zero consequences for his actions, right? And this made me think that at least part of the reason for this might be because stories like Save the Kids, which got huge press, ultimately nothing happened. Don't get me wrong. It's important to get these stories out there anyway. But you have to understand the inner workings
sure, those guys
of the
got kicked out of FaZe, but FaZe didn't get much backlash from it because, like I said, around that time, that's when Aiden and Rice Gum tried to start this big beef to like cover up. In my opinion, it was to cover up what FaZe did with the whole Save the Kids campaign. That's just me.
greedy influencer. When you don't have law enforcement consequences for what is essentially theft and fraud, you end up with people like Ice Poseidon realizing they can do the same without consequences.
Who's to say
I'm
they
not
won't do it
merely
again?
speculating here. This clip you're about to watch is of Ice Poseidon discussing with his partner Moises what happened to Sam Pepper, one of the leaders of Save the Kid. They don't talk as if he's a cautionary tale, but instead as if Sam Pepper had won, as if Sam Pepper had beat the system. He stole money and he got away with it.
I mean, I did watch that Coffee Hill video. I think Sam's a fucking millionaire now. So
Wow.
I think he still succeeded me.
So
Although,
they're looking at him as
he
some
got
kind
it in a
of
very
hero.
poor way. He made off like a bandit, bro.
Sam's probably a fucking lower life. Probably has like 3 million crypto.
If-
the dude broke his lease.
if you got a
on his
yeah.
Tesla, the dude paid
But hey, y'all see the laptop is dying again. I'm sorry. I gotta get, I think it's the battery or something, but I'm gonna end this video off. Please show a like, comment, subscribe, roll to 200 subscribers. And please don't be a scammer like this Ice Poseidon dude. And I'm out. Peace.